guys, Anna Christina here for Roof Savers. I'll be at the annual Augusta Home and Garden Show this Saturday from 10 to 4. Stop by the Roof Savers booth and say hello and learn all about roof rejuvenation and how you can save thousands of dollars by extending the life of your existing roof. See you there.
For almost 100 years, the American Heart Association has been in the fight against our #1 killer, heart disease.
And you can join the fight. Join News 1226 for the CSRA Heart Ball, February 9th at the Augusta Marriott.
We are back in the ballroom. Help us save lives as we continue to research to make heart disease a thing of the past. Join us as we head into our second century and help be a force to build longer, healthier lives in CSRA.
Reserve your seats today. Do it right now. CSRAHeartball.heart.org.
Call us nights, weekends, 24/7. It's all lines.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Advanced tracking tech is helping deputies in Columbia County solve crimes in real time. We'll show you some new features coming up next.
Plus, new details on a body found in Warrenville under suspicious circumstances. But first, before we get to that, troubled tracks all across the area. As we speak, drivers are sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic, feeling those major impacts from closed railroad crossings all across the area. Commuters aren't the only ones being delayed. Local bus routes are impacted. Businesses are wondering when this work will wrap up.
Now, these closures are temporary, but stores caught in the middle are seeing a drop in their daily operations. Cindy Hood, live for us at Riverwatch in Alexander, to tell us more.
Exactly. You're driving down the road, you come across all these signs right here, and you're not going to try to get through because you can't get through because it says in bold print that the road is closed. Now, this is one of many areas in our area that are shut off for right now, and it's not only causing a delay in traffic, but it's also causing a delay in business. Piles poured, and then piles flattened. Progress being made.
It's a pain in the butt. That's exactly what it is, a pain in the butt.
You probably feel the same way too.
I did not know. I just got up one morning and I was almost late.
No doubt this adds extra time to your commute.
It's made me late for work a couple times.
That's because he can't get to the place he works without passing through one of these signs.
When you see the closure right here, no one has anything up saying that the business is still open. People see that and they automatically turn and go the other way.
Down the street,
it pushes us back, especially when customers have to reschedule. It backs up our schedule, so we can't get cars in and out when we need to, as fast as we need to.
These businesses can't help where they are located in all of this.
It's definitely not that easy. Definitely as a team, we try to make everything better within our business, at least.
Better is not always easy. A day does make a difference. But there is still much left to do.
People have to understand that CSX is driving this train, and feels like a train wreck on many fronts, but they had to do this based on how they have a convoy of team and equipment and go from point A to point B.
For now, getting from point A to point B is a real pain in the...
You just have to act like it's not going on. See it and you look through it, you don't see it.
And if only it was that easy to just not look at all of this. But the good news is you won't have to look at it for long, because take this right here on Alexander and Riverwatch, for example. Commissioners told me that they are hoping to have this finished by tomorrow morning. So, I mean, things are looking kind of nice out here. They were just laying all this out earlier today. Now they've got it all flat. So maybe pretty soon we'll be able to drive over these railroad tracks heading into work.
And that will be great news for everyone involved. Thanks for that update, Sydney. And we do have a running list of all of those closures before you head out the door tonight. You can head to WRDW.com just to double check.
Ripped up yesterday, fresh payment today. That is quick work, and we appreciate that. To weather now, the gateway to Grove. New in the last few hours, a suspicious death investigation underway right now in Aiken County. News 12 was on the scene earlier around 4 this afternoon with investigators and those first responders. All this unfolding at a home on Augusta Road in Warrenville. Deputies say witnesses saw a body on the front porch of that White House. Investigation is in its early stages, so we're still working to find out more about the cause of death, a possible suspect, or the victim's identity.
Also new tonight, police say 3 Allendale adults are wanted in connection to an apartment shooting that started with a school bus fight between kids. Happened last Friday when multiple armed people approached an apartment on Water Street to confront the people inside. Allendale police say Mario Williams and Willie Williams are accused of shooting into the apartment several times after being unable to break in. They are both wanted for attempted murder. Kendall Nix is charged with accessory before the fact. Allendale police say it was a disagreement over elementary-age children who were fighting while getting off of a school bus. If you've seen any of the 3, call police. Gone without a trace, but even in his absence, Damon Parrish continues to make his mark in Augusta. It's been several weeks since the young hairstylist went missing, and since then, family and friends have shared milestones that he's missed. Hallie Turner joins us from the newsroom, and Hallie, he was recently honored with an award he wasn't there to receive.
Yeah, after 3 years of hard work, Damon hit a top goal of his in the world of hairstylists. Everyone there was there for that big moment, except the star of the show.
This is Adrienne Parrish, dressed from head to toe on the red carpet at the Augusta Small Business Awards. Her sister says the award in Adrienne's hand is for the star in their life, Adrienne's son, Damon.
He won Male Hairstylist of the Year, which is a great honor that he's been trying to win that for the past couple of years.
Only he wasn't here to accept it. Adrienne was. And the temporary smile on her face masked the pain and worry about her son, who's been missing for nearly a month.
So the smile is to keep from crying. But when everybody's not there, she's more than likely she's crying, she's sad. But I think in that moment to know that her son is loved, she was at peace.
Family and friends say this award embodies all Damon is.
For him being that he can change your whole life with just sitting right here. Whatever your worries, your stresses is, leave them at the door. When you come in here, let's talk about it.
When you see stuff like this on the news, you feel empathy for the family that's actually going through it. But to go through it yourself, it is heartbreaking.
While holding on to the hope that he will be back behind his shampoo bowl soon.
He is coming back here, right there in that white chair, and he's going to give out those awesome shampoos. He's going to continue to do what the universe called him to do.
Now, as far as an update on this case, we reached out to the sheriff's office multiple times, but they tell us right now it's still an active, ongoing investigation, and they do not have an update.
All right, hopefully something will break loose soon. I know that family needs answers. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office is using some new technology to catch suspects in real time. In 2023, the Sheriff's Office debuted their new crime center. Recently, they added license plate readers in the county.
They say they won't be tracking any traffic violations with it, but our Nick Veland shows us why deputies say it's already helping.
A collaborative room between 911 and the real-time crime center here at the Columbia County Sheriff's Office, constantly monitoring throughout the county every day to ensure that everyone stays safe.
A wall of possibilities.
We're monitoring for stolen vehicles, missing people, Amber Alerts, things that are very important.
License plate readers are installed so whenever someone in question comes to town,
so if we were to get an alert, this is the sound that it makes.
They know and can spring into action.
The overwhelming majority is coming from other counties around here, Columbia, Atlanta, but these tools are helping us very quickly locate them, sometimes as soon as they come in the county, but very quickly after they commit a crime, we can find them.
Most recently, being able to find a stolen vehicle from Aiken yesterday.
We're able to dispatch deputies to that vehicle by finding it on our traffic cameras and locate the individual driving it.
The center has access to more than 4,000 cameras in the school district.
A huge advantage in the world we live in.
911 works with this center, going from the initial call, looking, finding, and monitoring the situation. So in some cases, when a car breaks down, they can send more resources when it turns into an accident.
This is an incident where people are going to be hurt.
Other situations, like when a suspect takes off,
runs into traffic and starts trying to carjack someone else,
will be spotted escaping to the woods, and even in some cases, under a semi in the middle of Bel Air Road.
Puts the truck in park, jumps out, and helps us try to apprehend him.
More than a year later, technology has been added and they're constantly looking for more in Columbia County. Nick Veland, on your side.
Amazing to see some of what technology is capturing.
Yeah, in real time, some of that video shows you what they're dealing with and how it really helps. So
makes for a faster response, for sure.
Yeah. Well, they were hoping for a quick trip to the salon, but shocked at what they got instead. Next at 6 o'clock, we're going to tell you about a social media scam impacting businesses and buyers across the river region.
And we do have cold temperatures tonight, getting close to freezing across the area, but some warmer afternoons back on the way. We'll have that forecast just after the break. Time and look at the 7-day forecast for you. Beautiful conditions over the next several days. And then remember, for the rain Sunday, should hold out until we get a little bit after sunset.
Riley, thanks. Scammers are everywhere, including social media these days. Last year, the Federal Trade Commission says 1 in 4 people lost money to fraud on social media. We're talking more than $2.5 billion lost just from January to June of last year.
Scammers are even scamming people for hairstyling and then not delivering on their promises. Taylor Martin is in the Social Media Center to explain.
For hairstyles like braids, hair extensions, and lots of other styles, many stylists will require a deposit as a form of protection for both themselves and you. But when scammers take advantage of the deposit, scamming you out of your money and making trustworthy hairstylers' jobs even harder. And it's happening right here at home.
Getting a new do is usually a relaxing experience. But scammers are out on social media to change that. Not only impacting you, but local hair salons too.
It is shocking that people are out there and just taking advantage of random businesses.
Victims find who they think is a stylist online, book an appointment, and pay a deposit on Cash App, Venmo, or another money transfer service, only to be blocked the day of their appointment. Karen Collins says she hasn't had just one person, but at least 5 show up to her shop thinking they're meeting with a stylist they met on Facebook, only to realize they've been scammed, and her shop is the address the scammers are giving out.
I had to say, ma'am, we don't do that service at this point, and they understood it was not for me, that they had probably been scammed, and they left.
For Karen, she's just upset that hardworking shops are put in the middle.
It is a shame when our hard-earned money then gets taken by people that are just using our businesses. I would just warn people, always know who you're doing business with.
Now, the Better Business Bureau warns not to use peer-to-peer payment apps like Cash App, Venmo, PayPal when you're making purchases. But if you do, they suggest putting your credit card on there for extra protection.
Yeah, all good advice. And you think it can't happen to you, Taylor, but you know it can.
Yeah, absolutely. And this actually happened to me a couple months ago, trying to get some braids myself.
It's crazy how quickly I almost got scammed, not with this scam, but something similar recently. And I mean, we do this for a living, Taylor. So what is some advice you would give to someone looking for services online after going through what you've been through?
Well, if you just do a quick Facebook search of somebody's name, sometimes people will post like, hey, this person is a scammer, kind of trying to warn you. And also ask a friend, ask somebody who you like their hairstyle, who did your hair, so that you're not going on Facebook and outsourcing it yourself, because you might end up in this situation.
Yeah, really good advice, and it is just so easy nowadays.
Oh yeah, take a minute, take a beat, and then save yourself a lot of money and some headache too. Taylor, thanks for the warning there from the Social Media Center. A park project in National Hills drawing some mixed emotions from neighbors over there. We look at the changes happening right now at Eisenhower Park. Up next on News 12. Eisenhower Park undergoing a big transformation right now ahead of Masters Week. Crews out there today tearing out more foundation where some buildings used to sit, making room for parking. As Craig Allison explains, this project will take about half the park.
Lots of circular tracks in the dirt, moving concrete blocks, and digging up the old foundation. Where older field towers used to stand, now lies an open field that will soon house patrons months from now.
Well, they can get plenty of cars in here. Not surprised. It doesn't bother me that they, at least they'll be using it for something. I love coming down here.
Matthew Mays says he walks around this track most every day and says the front side of the park is in constant use, but these lower fields will only see the occasional dog walker and pickup game.
A lot of people come down and walk their dogs on it, and a lot of kids down here when baseball season gets going on. Weather warms up, you'll see a lot more kids at this playground over here.
Online, another story. People on the Nextdoor app have shared their frustration over the park they love being torn into parking for people mainly coming out of town.
They're taking a few fields that were not even in use anyway, and eventually it's just gonna put more green space in the park.
Where you see this teal on the map, that's gravel for Masters parking already. But the yellow part of the map, that will soon be parking too. While it's still too early to tell, the hope is for more green rather than more of this rock. In Augusta, Craig Allison, on your side.
So big changes over that way, and Commissioner Sean Franham says this project will not affect the canal walkway that connects to Eisenhower Park.
And in his conversations with the Augusta Sports League, the only fields actually being used for games are not affected by the parking project.
On your side.
Augusta Marriott Convention Center. Register online at AugustaMetroChamber.com.
Welcome back, folks. Here's a live look from our Beach Island camera, and still a little bit of daylight here down that we're about 30 minutes past sunset, but beautiful conditions right now. Temperatures are falling. We're currently down to 50 degrees. Should see low temperatures tonight close to freezing, so it is going to be a cold start to your Thursday morning, but a beautiful afternoon. Should bring back sunshine, high temperatures in the low 60s, and not as breezy out there tomorrow. Wind should stay generally less than 10 miles an hour most of the day. We're going to see nice weather at least through Saturday, and honestly, most of Sunday does look dry, but rain does look likely Sunday night into Monday.
Riley, thanks. Our next live update is at 7 o'clock on 26 News.
Then we're back with more news at 11. We'll see you then.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family. Create your...
We'll see you back here on Saturday night. Live from Augusta, we're watching News 1226 at 11.
CEOs of social media companies are testifying to lawmakers about child safety on their platforms. Hear from parents calling for change. But first, Aiken County deputies are investigating a body found on a porch on Augusta Road in Warrenville today.
Investigators are calling this a suspicious death. Audrey Dickerber is live for us in the newsroom with the latest on how that community is reacting.
Many people are hoping for change in the valley and are trying to find the best way to make that happen. Locals are sad about the passing of someone in their community, but say they can't let the crime that happens there define their town.
The drugs and the thieving and stuff has got so bad around here that we're not even safe no more in your own home. And it's hitting closer to home every day. Every day somebody you know is being robbed.
Aiken County Sheriff's Office says the death is suspicious and is still under investigation. When deputies first got to the scene, a witness told them the victim was lying on the front porch.
It just hurts real bad that the valley's already got bad names for stuff happening and stuff, and this is just another story that adds to the bad situation, but it's everywhere. The murder rate's just going up and the crime rate's going up, and we got to put a stop to it.
The crime worries people who live in the area. Many stood across the street or nearby, trying to figure out what happened.
A lot of great people here, but just a small circle of people that just gives it a bad name.
Locals say the violence in the valley just needs to end.
Everybody always wants to bring up people's past and stuff, but we all sinners saved by grace, and I just gonna pray for the family and be with the family.
An autopsy is scheduled for Friday morning in Newberry. We'll update you once we find out more.
Audrey Dickerber in our newsroom tonight. Audrey, thanks for the update there. Taking a live look tonight at
About 10 minutes.
Rail crossing closures still causing traffic backups all across our area, and businesses are seeing a drop in their operations as people find ways to try to navigate their way around this. All in all, lots of people frustrated with these brand new detours.
It's affecting me because I detail the cars once they get painted. And with the dust, you bring the cars out, waiting for the people to come pick up the car. Now it got dusty again. I got to take it back in and spray it down again.
We are hearing at least some of these crossings should be reopening by tomorrow morning if there are no delays in the work to give these crossings a makeover. A heads up for some construction work tomorrow on Lewiston Road, a lane closure from Columbia Road to William Few Parkway by Patriots Park as they work to widen the road there. It's expected to happen from 9 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon.
Tomorrow, a vigil will be held.
New at 11, a Kentucky college student has died after a boat crash at Lake Murray at a fishing tournament there. Jonathan Bryan died from his injuries on Tuesday morning following that crash involving two boats. Two others were injured in the crash last Thursday but have since been released from the hospital in Columbia. No word yet on what caused the crash, but fog could have been a factor that day. It's been 3 weeks since Damon Parrish was last seen. The hairstylist aunt says he's missed some of milestones since his disappearance, including a celebration marking 2 years of owning his salon. He also won Male Hairstylist of the Year, which he was trying to win for a couple of years now. His mom had to accept that award for him. The family says he's always loved being behind the salon chair, making others feel beautiful and confident, and they're ready to have him back.
I miss that so much, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting on his return so that he can get behind that shampoo bowl and I can sit in that chair and he can just massage my scalp. His son, his nieces, nephews, cousins, aunties, uncles, we all miss him.
Parrish was last seen on Mill Street wearing pink sweatpants and a black hoodie. Anyone with information on where he might be should contact Richmond County investigators.
3 people are wanted in connection to a shooting in Allendale on Sunday. Police say it happened on Water Street, and it happened after a disagreement over elementary kids fighting after getting off a school bus on Friday. Officers say the suspects attempted to kick a door in at an apartment and then tried to enter the apartment by breaking a sliding glass door. Officials say when that didn't work, they fired multiple rounds into the apartment. Police say Mario and Willie Williams are wanted for attempted murder, and Kendall Nix is being charged with accessory before the fact. If you have any information, call police. New at 11, actor Alec Baldwin is pleading not guilty to an involuntary manslaughter charge in the fatal shooting of a cinematographer on a movie set in 2021. Baldwin was allegedly pointing a gun at Helena Hutchins during a rehearsal when it went off, killing her and injuring a director. If convicted, Baldwin faces up to 18 months in prison. A jury trial is set to start next month. The CEOs of Meta, TikTok,